Hello, this is Sheshachalam from Astroguide Mysore. So today let us continue the topic of combination of planets, in which I will be continuing the second part of Moon+Ketu. Moon+Ketu, the combination itself is a very tough combination to understand. It's a huge topic to discuss because Moon has a lot of significations and Ketu also has a lot of significations, intrigue significations, because these two combinations are very tough to understand. So let us go ahead with this is the second part. The first part will be attached in the final videos. You can screenshots, you can end screens, you can actually take it up from there and actually go through it. Yeah, you can also go through the link which will be put in the description box. So I had not taken the main Karakatva of Moon, which is mother. And I had not also taken another Karakatva of Moon, which is food, which I just added now. So I had to take both these Karakatvas today. So along with that, I have taken many other Karakatvas. Karakatva means signification. Moon, Matru Karaka. Also food, Anna Karaka. When this is the purest form of Moon. Mother is the purest word available in the English dictionary, bigger than God. And food, unadulterated, that is what you would want to eat. Meditation, you would want to do unadulterated meditation, or you would want to do something undisturbed. Peacefulness, honesty, all these are words which, when you process, you feel that it is pure. Love, there is no impurity in that word. Love. So all these words of excellent purity come under Moon. So to describe Moon, it takes a lot of months. It's a huge. It has a very big list of significations because it includes the emotional part of a person's life, which plays a huge part in the person's life. Okay, let us come to mother now. When Moon and Ketu are too close to each other, so close that it is not a comfortable combination. Any planetary combination, when they are too close to each other, within 1 degree or half a degree or within minutes, we do not see a good thing there because they go through a tough, exchange or influence of forces between each planet. Like for example, when we talk about Graha Yuddha, which is not here, the moon will directly surrender to Ketu. There is no Yuddha. Yuddha means the war. There is no planetary war here. Moon doesn't go for a war with any planet. Direct surrender. So it surrenders to Ketu. And Ketu is impurity. Impurity, not like that of Rahu, but it is still impurity. Rahu will give impurity like spreading, like tumors, cancers, diseases. You know, in mundane astrology, we call it calamities, sporadic diseases. Ketu is not like that. It is like a breakage. It's like rupture, a puncture, a hole, separation. So when it happens to children and mother, when there is separation between a child and a mother, it's pain. So this can be seen when there is a very hard, tough placement of Moon and Ketu within minutes in the native's chart. So he or she can go through a tough relationship with his or her mother. Not only relationship, it can also be that there might be some circumstance due to which there might be separation due to distance, due to longevity, due to mental health, due to the mother's mental health, not the native's mental health. Native's mental health, will come to it later, because Moon Ketu in anybody's chart with such proximity will give mental health to the native also. But depending on the strength of Ketu and Moon, we again discuss something else there. But still, we have seen in many charts that a native's mother goes through prolonged illness in her old age, mental illness in her old age, because of this particular combination of Moon Ketu. In her last days, something, let's say they are more than 85 years or 80 years, they go through mental disturbances, dementia, Alzheimer's, something like that, seizures, paralysis, epileptic seizures, etc. So this is a tough combination. But anyway, this is not a Raja Yoga which we are discussing today. We are discussing Moon Ketu. The same way, if we are going in for the second point of food, a food, if prepared, has to stay fresh. So if a person is telling that he is thinking of going into a catering business or into a restaurant business, if he is having a Moon Ketu combination badly posited in his chart, he has to think twice, thrice, four times. Because the problem of Ketu, if it is not posited well in a chart, can give difficulties of food poisoning, not only to the native but also in his business. A single food poisoning can go to court, a huge difficulty that a person will have to face fighting legal problems. So, if you are going to go for a catering business, check out your Moon and Ketu. If they are far away from each other without having much to do with each other, fine, Ketu is not going to trouble you. The next point which we are discussing now is about Voyages. It just came out from mother food and now suddenly we went into Voyages. Because we spoke about restaurants. So restaurants are not next to my house. So we have to go journey far away. So let's go across oceans on the river cruise. These voyages are seen with moon. And if you put Ketu close to it, you can see a negative perspective, but still the voyage happens. A one-way voyage, immigration. You are seeing it happening now. It has been happening from years, millennia. People sitting on boats, going from one country to another country, getting, asking for asylum, declaring themselves as refugees. So this also can be seen in mundane astrology as a combination for one-way journey on sea towards immigration. We'll go into the higher frames of higher layers of moon meditation. Moon has different layers of the mind: chitta, prajna, and the higher consciousness, jnana. So, the higher consciousness can be attained if you leave the lower materialistic attachment or afflictions or affiliations. This is the best combination if well placed, not too close, with a good separation of 5 to 6 degrees from each other, with an exalted moon, with a good moon. If Ketu is well placed, then there is a very good chance that the person can get into good elevated meditative state of mind, which can give very good realization and power. That is because Ketu focuses on Hatha Yoga. Ketu focuses on tranquility. Ketu focuses on sharp focusing, pinpointed, accurate thinking. They don't get distracted like Rahu. That's the other way around. It's the other way around. So, either Moon Ketu combination will float you high in the sphere of spirituality, or it will put you down low. You'll not be able to achieve at all. So, this calculation of whether the moon is well placed, strongly placed, has to be done through Shadbala. You have to see the Shadbala, you have to see the Chandradi yogas, you have to see the Kemadruma yoga in particular, Papakartari yogas in particular. The 6, 8, 12 from moon and this combination will make you understand whether this meditation can be done by the native. But that doesn't mean that people should stop doing meditation if you have a bad combination. Please do meditation. Meditation is good for you, however it is. Okay. Anticipation. Moon is like a child. You have seen everywhere around the world. Parents come back home from office, parents come back home from shopping. Children will be like, what's in the bag? It's an office bag, but still the child will be like, somewhere, Papa has hidden a chocolate somewhere in some pocket. That's the anticipation, the anxiety moon has. That is purity. Think about purity now. So the same anticipation is purely there in a person who attempts an examination. Whatever the age might be, he might be 30, 40, 50 in his age. He might be waiting for some result. He might be even waiting for his granddaughter's examination result. The moon is pure. The other way around, Ketu gives you a lot of stress. If it is well posited, you will be detached from the attachment of anxiety. You will be emotionless. I have spoken about this unemotional behavior of moon in certain cases when planets are posited ahead of moon rather than planets being posited behind moon. This is a little advanced stage, but still we have spoken about it. But here I am just speaking about if moon Ketu combination is a little wavering, fluctuating and badly posited, then people can get into a lot of palpitation, lot of tension, which might lead to fear and phobia. Moon normally is a very cool normal planet. And if it is associated with a slow moving planet like Jupiter or Saturn, it happily lazes off. It doesn't want to work. It is moon, it's a cool planet. It's not like sun, a hot, vigorous planet, or Mars, which wants to, there is a blood rush there. Sun and Mars are having blood rush. Moon is cool, tranquil, happy, take it easy, carefree. So leisure, lethargy, laziness, eating a little more than required, hates to sweat or do extra work. And if this sort of a moon, to understand this, again, you'll have to go through the chart to understand the position, the aspect, the conjunction of other planets with moon, the avastha of moon, whether it is in Lajita avastha, whether it is Nicha avastha, Dukkita avastha. You need to see the avasthas. Please do not take predictions. Do predictions with a standalone thing. Standalone predictions will never work. You need to do, a comprehensive chart prediction. Standalone predictions will fail utterly. So, Ketu is, lifeless, dried up, pale, colorless, blind, deaf and dumb, no reciprocation, zero communication, both of them together. Just imagine, person doesn't want to move his limb. He is lethargic, lifeless, dried planet is there along with it now. Why will he even do anything? So this particular combination, if it goes into the, medical problem, if a person gets into a medical problem with this difficulty, we see people getting into tough, difficult procedures, like people getting into motor nerve difficulties, people going into difficult situations of what we call as physical disabilities. But anyway, we will not go into that level of medical astrology now. We will do it part by part slowly. But I'll just wind it up with a small last one point where moon also has a signification of alcohol, chemical, liquor, and all fluids. But when it is in combination with Ketu, it becomes drug, poisons, snake bites. So all this comes together. So we need to be careful with such a combination in our 6, 8, 12th houses. We are not supposed to venture out, on adventurous trips, on dark nights, taking a torch, doing hiking. Nowadays, children have that enthusiasm is very high. I really am proud of today's youngsters. They want to go out and explore, but be cautious. If you have Moon Ketu with a bad combination in the 6, 8, and the 12th, when you venture out to places for adventure, for hiking, for trekking, for forests, please do not simply go out just like that without a guide. People are getting caught somewhere middle in the forest. They are rescued after a week without water, dehydrated. Please don't do that. So, this combination is also for getting lost and then coming back to civilization. So, these are all tough combinations. Moon Ketu is not an easy subject. So, we will go into it, and if I get time, I will again do another session over Moon and Ketu. Thank you very much for today's class.